morning, Saskatchewan, and welcome to Switchback, show number 85. We've got a very good show today, a very action-packed show. All kinds of things going on. Things from watches and whiteface to whistles, time, travel, and talents. That stuff's going to make a lot more sense to you and to me, I guess, 88 minutes from now when our show is finished. But we can't finish the show until we start the show. And let's start right now with this morning's headlines. Billy Joel starts us off with an upbeat downtown tune, A Matter of Trust. Last week's leftover, this is Luba's latest, Innocent.
Good shooting, 86. Look, there's one more.
Max tries to turn out the lights on Chaos in this week's episode of Get Smart, Our Man in Toyland.
Light switch.
Of course, the light switch.
Good thinking.
Find out what's going on after the song. Right, let's hear the song. Taken in again.
And another big hit for Mike and the Mechanics. This time they've taken off with Taken In. All right, we've got something for everyone on this week's Switchback. First up, we're going to take a look at some model trains. The Echo Valley Model Railroad Guild is here with little tiny trains and some not so tiny trains and big people who operate them. So if you're interested in trains, or even if you're not, you're going to find this very interesting. We've also got a man in here who's an expert with time and with watches. He repairs watches. Bob Strohan is his name. He'll be in here a little bit later on to talk about time and how he tries to change it, clean it up, and give it back to you. That'll make sense later on, too, I hope. These things are going to make sense. And Mark Bertrand is here. He's a mime, comes to us from Manitoba. On his way cruising through town, we heard him. Actually, we didn't hear him, we saw him coming through town. Thought we'd grab him and have him on our show. So something for everyone on today's show. Now, before we continue with today's show, let's take a look at some of the things from last week. We've got to clean up some business. Our contest question was kind of tricky. Now, we got a lot of entries from people. Not all the entries were correct, but because it was such a tough question, we decided if you got 4 of 5 correct, that would be good enough to be in our drum and potentially win the record album. Now, I say 4 of 5. What it was you people had to tell us 5 song clips. All of these songs are on this album, Rock 86. 5 little snippets. If you can tell us the name of the songs and the people who performed them, you're in the straw drum, and I'll tell you who those 3 winners are. But first, let's tell everyone who the 5 songs and who sang those 5 songs. That was Kyrie by Mr. Mister. That was the first one. We had Studio by Phil Collins. We had A Good Heart is Hard to Find by Fergal Sharkey. Walking on Sunshine, Katrina and the Waves. And we finished up with All I Need is a Miracle by Mike and the Mechanics. So those are just 5 of the songs on this album. And we'll figure out what 3 people will win this album right now. Dear Bill, the songs are Kyrie, Studio, A Good Heart, Walking on Sunshine, All I Need is a Miracle. All correct. Carrie Hobson in Lumsden, you're our first winner. Oh. Some of these prove tough for some of the folks here. Dear Bill, House Tricks. Well, I got the answers to the quiz, and here they are. Kyrie, Studio, A Good Heart. Ooh, you had Robert Palmer. Not quite. It was A Good Heart, Fergal Sharkey. Walking on Sunshine, All I Need is a Miracle. Correct, correct. Where is the name? Richard Seabree, I think it is. In Warman, Saskatchewan. Welcome back. Thank you very much. And we'll reach down to the bottom here to find our, I don't know who our 3rd winner is. To Bill, Mr. Mister, Phil Collins, Fergal Sharkey, Katrina, Mike the Mechanics. Looks correct here. Kathy Wild, Litzenberger, Crescent. In Regina, you 3 people are winners of the Rock 86 album. There'll be some more Rock 86 albums that we'll be giving away later on in the season. It's a good album, so thanks to everybody who entered, and sorry I didn't pick you if you weren't one of the people in here. Our first video of the morning features Billy Joel. Now, you might think it's kind of dangerous to open up your doors and windows to the streets of New York, but for Billy Joel, it's just a matter of trust. Welcome back, Saskatchewan. You know, later on this afternoon, myself and many other people in southern Saskatchewan are going to flock to the South Saskatchewan Humane Society building because this is their big open house. Now, there's going to be some shows, demonstrations, police dogs, various things to look at. And at 3 o'clock this afternoon, they're going to have a strange pet contest. So put your strange pets in boxes that look kind of like this one, and you can join us there. I guess 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the strange pet contest gets underway, and then on next week's Switchback, we'll have some of those winning strange pets on our show. And I don't think anything could be stranger than my friend the chicken. But unfortunately, we're not eligible for the contest. I wish we were. Now, I'm afraid it's time to make a bit of an apology. On last week's Switchback, I said that on this week's show, we would tour the boiler room downstairs. Well, no, there's not going to be a boiler room tour today.
What did you say, Bill? No boiler?
There's no boiler room tour.
No tour?
There isn't.
We've been looking forward to this. All the kids, we've been talking about it. The kids at home have been looking forward to it. What's going on? We're
on right now.
We're ready for a tour today.
Oh, I'm sure you're ready for the tour. You live in the boiler room.
Well, somebody's got to work down there.
No, we went down there, we checked it out, and things just weren't, well, it wasn't a good time for a boiler room tour.
Bill,
so, yes?
Are you going to promise the kids a tour in the boiler room?
Oh, there will be a tour of the boiler room, just not this week.
When, Bill?
Soon.
That's all I want to know. Thanks, Bill.
Okay, have a seat, sir. Okay. There will be a boiler room tour at some point in time, but I wouldn't hold my breath on it. Anyway, time now to get to our super spy spoof, our secret agent friend. His name is Get Smart. This week he takes on Chaos, who have hidden some secret things in small toys. The name of the episode is Our Man in Toyland. Let's check it out right now. They're doing very well, these trains. Welcome back, Saskatchewan. I'm with a couple of new friends here, Wayne Wessner and Bill Takarik. They're both people with the Echo Valley Railroad Guild.
That's right.
I believe it is. Now, we've seen the little trains going by here. Tell us a little bit about the Echo Valley Guild.
Well, we're an organization of gentlemen who model trains. We model in miniature. We've been together for probably the last 7 or 8 years, and we get together once a week, every Tuesday night. We have this public display we use for shows in the shopping malls and that, and we have a permanent layout that we work on weekly.
So some of the people have an individual project of their own, but by getting together maybe you share ideas, things like that?
That's right. Most of us have layouts at home like this that we work on. We work on individual things such as buildings, cars, and so on, but we get together weekly to share ideas and skills and so on.
Okay, Bill, maybe I can ask you a question. How does somebody get started in model railroading? Is it the typical small child gets a train at Christmas and it just continues, or how did you get involved?
Well, I got involved through a magazine, a model railroad magazine, and started there way back in 1955. That's where I started.
So you're a real veteran at this sort of
yes.
thing. Okay, are there some young people that are involved with the club as well?
We had a class last winter for young people. We had about 8 students, but we had them building dioramas, small little modules.
Okay, we'll take a look at some dioramas a little bit later on. Now, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we are looking at here. Well, first of all, we'll just start with the trains. Looks like that's the freight train just going out of the picture there now. There's 2 different types of trains happening here, right?
We're running a freight train and a passenger train. They're not overly long, you'll notice, but on this size of a layout, it's very hard to run a realistic, like, 100-car train because it would go all the way around.
Okay, that's the engine we're looking at on the passenger train.
That's the passenger train.
Just coming around.
They're old-time coaches. It would be like they're running an excursion or something, a rail fan excursion.
Sightseeing
right.
The hills of Saskatchewan, maybe. Now, how big are these things? I realize this is model building and it's a scale model. So how much smaller are these than a real train?
These are HO scale. They're 1/87th or 3.5 millimeter to the foot, relevant to a prototype train.
Now, is that sort of a standard thing? Is that quite a normal thing for model railroading?
This is a fairly standard gauge. If I can show here, this is the HO, which we have here on the layout compared to a smaller size, which is called N scale.
Okay, now this is the HO here.
Yes.
Which is the size we have running.
Which we're running now.
Okay.
And this is the N gauge, which is a half size to that, and it's often used by people who are restricted in space and so on. Those are the more two popular sizes of trains.
Okay. Now this is extremely authentic. I think that's the thing that struck me. I know as a youngster, you know, if I was at a friend's house that had a train, I never got to have a train, but my friends had trains. We just sort of a big circle on the floor, and that was it. But this is obviously elaborate. There's trees, there's scenery, buildings, little people. An entire town, in fact, is set up here. So that's obviously a big part of this.
Well, I think the part that attracts many of us to modeling is creating realism, creating real life world in miniature. Our trees, we've all handmade them. We put people down. We try to create action scenes where actually there's action going on by the people doing things, shoveling dirt, standing at the station waiting for a train, or crawling on the caboose. It indicates that there's action going on. We try to create a real world in miniature.
Okay, if you folks out there have a question about model railroading that perhaps Bill or Wayne can answer, now's the time to do it. 359-1069 if you're in Regina, 359-1076 if you're calling long distance. Now, I've got a couple of questions, and I guess they pertain more specifically to some of the details here. This looks like a setup over here that maybe the trains used to use in the old days. Can you maybe explain to me what some of these portions are here?
This is a what would be called a part of a yard or an engine facility. Starting at the end, the black building, we have the coaling tower, which was used for steam locomotives, and the water tower, and the sand tower. That was a typical yard situation for steam locomotives. And here is an engine house, which would be an engine house on the one side and a car repair shed on the other.
The way these things are built, you can actually, I know they won't be able to necessarily see inside, but everything inside the building is also scale. There's small people and little tools, and the whole thing is... Now, would things like this be kits, or would this be just something that was designed and made by you people from scratch?
That particular one is a kit. There's some really good detailed kits out on the market now that are very reasonable price, which include all the detail parts. But many of our modelers are scratch building their own items.
Well, that's quite a town. We'll take some calls now. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
How long would it take to make a setup like that?
How long would it take to make a setup like this?
Well, you have to imagine that this was made by a whole club of people, a whole group, and we probably worked on this a year. Us as individuals who have a home layout, we could work years or a lifetime on creating a completed realistic layout.
Now this one, of course, is a little bit different, custom made so that you can tear it down into components and go with it. The one at home maybe a little bit more.
It's permanent.
Thanks for calling. Bye-bye. Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi. How long have model trains been around?
Gee, that's a good one. I think, as far as I know, model trains have been around almost forever, but...
At least since 1955. That's when Bill started.
For many years, probably the early 1900s, primitive trains were coming out, and I think toy cast trains in crude forms were out probably as early as real trains were out.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Okay, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good morning. Welcome to Switchback.
Hi. How much would a train set like that cost?
Could you put a value on this particular layout?
Well, it's very difficult. To be honest, we've never kept track of this, but something like this,
$1,200.
you'd be looking about $1,200 worth of equipment plus all your time and.
I think the man hours that went into building this would be just astronomically expensive. Thanks for calling.
Hello to my brothers.
Pardon me?
Would I be able to say hello to my brothers?
Please do it.
Hello.
Hello. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Bill, maybe while we have a second, you could show us this sort of custom-made train. I think it's pretty interesting if you can just show it this way. Now, why is this train a special?
Well, there's only one of this type in Canada, and it's an experimental car that's been put together by the CN and the government in Manitoba. And there's only one in existence, and it runs on the line to Winnipeg and Churchill. And this is the model that I've made from basically from pictures.
So there's only one real train like that, and
That's
there's
right.
obviously now just only
Just
one
one
model.
model.
So that's one of a kind, obviously worth a lot of money also. Good morning, welcome to Switchback.
I'm Sean Streichel. I'm calling from Regina.
Okay, you got a question for us?
Yes, I was wondering if you bought your houses and cars and your little scenery that you have on your staff.
I'm sorry, could you speak up a little bit?
I was wondering if you bought Mason.
I'm sorry, I can't understand you. I'm not being rude, I can't hear you. Good morning, welcome to Switchback.
Yes, how much would it cost to get into something like this?
Well, I think you could start really simple by buying a train set to start with. You could start probably for under $100 very easily by buying an engine, a few cars, a caboose, a little bit of track, and that would get you started.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Now, we should mention that aside from Wayne and Bill here, there's another Bill and some other members of the club. They're here that helped set all this stuff up. So certainly we want to thank everybody with the Echo Valley Railroad Guild for being here and putting all this stuff together. I know one of the things that comes up from time to time is the cost. And we've heard a little bit about the cost, but I want to give you one chance to show this particular engine. I understand this is a very expensive, very specialized engine here.
Well, just as an example, you know, like I said, you can buy an entire train set for probably $100 with track. I'd like to just show an example here of an engine. It's all brass. It's been custom painted. Most times the paint jobs run $75 alone, plus the engine can run $300–400 or even more very easily.
So that's an extremely rare and precious and expensive small train there.
That's right.
Thanks again very much, gentlemen. We're going to have to tear this stuff down really quick now and make room for some more things. And while we're doing that, you folks at home can check out this video. This is Luba. It's called Innocent.
We're out of the hack with pre-season specials at Lori Artis. You'll find the best new selection of curling equipment available. Corn, synthetic, and push brooms, sweaters in a variety of styles and colors, shoes and gloves to fit any curler. Almost any accessory you can think of is available now. And there's discounts on all new equipment, along with many more in-store specials during the Out of the Hack sale, now at Lori Artis Limited, 3131 Dudney Avenue.
Can you taste it? Something's coming, marching to a different drum.
Bob, the Coca-Cola Company is most upset about this commercial, as am I, saying that more people than ever are enjoying the taste of Diet Pepsi. True, but it's a blatant attempt to get Diet Coke drinkers to try Diet Pepsi. Why? Then they'll say even more people are trying Diet Pepsi. Then more people try it. Soon everyone might be trying Diet Pepsi. It's a vicious circle, and I intend to put a stop to it. You see, it's happening all...
Tradition in Regina for 21 years, the Red Ox invites you and your family for lunch or dinner, serving a fine selection of meals to satisfy your selective taste. Choose one of the many Red Ox house specialties, serving satisfaction and good taste in every meal. From salad bar to seafood delight and a children's menu, the Red Ox has private meeting rooms for birthdays, anniversaries, or any special occasion. The Red Ox, Dudney on the Louvain, a restaurant of established quality.
Earthquake flattens city, leaving thousands homeless. Grain prices plummet to record low. Unemployment reaches new high. You know, if you think most news is bad news and no news is good news, then we've got news for you. On the first Sunday of each month, Switchback presents Good News. Maybe you've witnessed a daring rescue, or you know of a volunteer project which has helped out in your community. Maybe it's something you read in a newspaper or a magazine that just made you feel good about the world. Well, whatever it is, as long as it's good news, we want to hear from you. Now be sure to describe your story in as much detail as you can. And if it comes from a newspaper or magazine, send along a copy of the article, and a photo if you can. Oh yeah, if we use your story on Good News, we'll send you some good news, a Switchback t-shirt. One more thing, don't let your good news become old news. Send it to us right away. Here's our address. Switchback, care of CBC Television, 2440 Broad Street in Regina, and the postal code is S4P4A1. All right, welcome back, Saskatchewan. Our train people are furiously putting away the train sets. Well, thank you very much. They've warmed up considerably since they found out we are not doing a tour of the boiler room. Maybe later on. Now, from time to time on Switchback, and for the last couple of years, in fact, we've done a little feature called In the Know. Now, it's the kind of thing where you folks out there can ask us questions. Maybe you'd like to know how this works or that works, and we try to give you the answers. So far, we've seen what happens to pop bottles after they go to the return, where garbage goes after you throw it out, what we do during commercials, how videotape is edited. Well, on this particular occasion, we're going to find out from an expert who repairs watches and clocks how, in fact, watches and clocks are repaired, and a little bit about that sort of thing. It's our feature that we call, are we ready for this? In the Know. I guess we were ready for that. Okay, please welcome Bob Strohan. Bob, how do you do? Welcome to Switchback.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, you are someone who repairs watches, or clocks, I guess both. Is there a name for somebody who does that?
Yes, we're called horologists, but commonly called watchmakers.
Watchmakers, okay, not the doctor of chronology or anything strange.
They call me the tick doc, but I'm a horologist.
A horologist, okay. Now, obviously, clocks and watches have changed over the centuries. I guess we like to think that a sundial was maybe something used a long, long time ago, and now they've got instantaneous, split-second, digital, electronic, all kinds of things. Maybe give us a little bit of a history lesson on how watches have changed through time.
Well, of course, time has been measured in many ways, starting with, as you said, sundials. They've gone into clocks and watches that are run by weights. Then they went into the wind-up watches that use mainsprings. From that, now we're into the biggest change has been made in the last 20 years. We've gone into the electronic age. Digital, computers, games on watches, all kinds of interesting things.
And they stick watches in weird places. I know they've got watches on the end of pens.
That's correct.
I think they should come out with a watch that writes, just to get even with
That's
the people.
correct. Here's an example of what you're asking. This was an early lady's watch, and that was worn on a chain around the neck. Somebody got the idea one day, wouldn't it be handier if it was on a wrist? So they went to this type. As you can see, it's just a little smaller version, and it has a little black strap on it, and that was called the first wristwatch.
Now, about how old are these watches, or what time would these have been fashionable?
That watch was fashionable at the turn of the century, around 1900. This one became fashionable in the mid-20s, the wristwatch. Okay. And as you can see, today, we've gone to the little wee tiny watches, which are smaller than a dime.
That is tiny.
These watches can be repaired and serviced. We do them. We take them all apart, perform the necessary repairs, put them together, and they work again.
Okay, now that, I think, is the most interesting thing. And incidentally, I should remind everybody that Bob brought back Dan Moynihan's watch, or Dan now has it, so, you know, there was concern about that last week. You have to take these little things apart, and then inside there's all the little pieces, and you have to get them put back together again. That's obviously very difficult to do, and obviously very difficult to show now. But we went and visited Bob a couple days back at the Tick Dock shop, and we'll take a look at that piece now, and then maybe you can describe to us what the inside of these watches are looking like.
I'll try and do that.
Okay. This is the big clock on top of Old City Hall or something. Now, that's a huge clock. Do you fix that or work on that?
Yes, we do work on these. This clock you're seeing here is a replica of that one that's upstairs in the City Hall. You can see the big gears in it. They turn very, very slowly, very precisely. They keep accurate time, and they've been running for the last 75 or 80 years. This is the first time we're going to do a repair and make it back to original. But you can see all these pieces are handmade. It's quite an accomplishment.
With all the different watches that are on the market, there must be occasions when you open up a watch and it's the first one you've ever seen like that.
Mm-hmm. Then you have to use your ingenuity and your knowledge of how to work with pieces and figure things out yourself.
Right, so sometimes, how often would that happen? How many watches do you think are, obviously you've been at this for quite a while now?
35 years, and you know, there isn't a day goes by that we don't learn something new.
Is that right? It must be pretty interesting. How does somebody get started in something like this?
Well, my dad was a watch repairman, so I came by it naturally. I started when I was about 6 years old.
I think I opened my first one up at about 6, but I never got it put back together again. Very, very detailed and intricate things. Now, sometimes, of course, these things get dirty through wear and tear, and cleaning watches are pretty common.
Yes, and sometimes the pieces wear out. We have to either rebuild them or try and get new ones. Sometimes you can't get new ones, so we absolutely have to repair the old one. Add some metal to it. And
now, what's that spinning around there?
That's the balance wheel in a watch. That's the timekeeping device. These are some of the tools we use, and here's a clock apart. And here we're going to work on a little watch, moving the little pieces from one place to another and putting them in.
Now, I know people must ask you this. Have you ever put a watch all back together again and looked on the table and found a few spare parts?
It happens occasionally, but very, very rarely. This is the new electronic watches, quartz. This is the battery, the coil. They have a computer chip, a very, very tiny computer chip. And they're really intricate, really delicately made.
Now, you don't deal so much with the computer chips. These might be replacing batteries or cleaning and things like that, or can you get in to fix these too?
No, we rebuild these also.
I see. Wow, it looks. You always know what time it is where you work, I guess. Is that?
And there's a lot of noise that come the hour, because a lot of clocks will be bonging and gonging.
And it's very, very detailed work. You must use special eyepieces sometimes, little magnifying glasses.
I brought one of them with me, and I will show you one in a moment.
Okay, that's.
And everybody wants to know how these stay in your eye. No, they're not glued in. They're just put in and held just by the skin pressure around your eye. And then we can look and focus very closely, and it's a very, very strong magnifier. It makes all the little pieces look very big.
Okay. Well, Bob,
would you like to try that?
I'd like to see out there.
Very good.
Oh, I held it in there and it didn't drop out, so far so good. Thanks very much, Bob.
Thanks for having us.
We hope that we've helped to put some of the folks out there in the know. Can I try that? Okay, I won't try that. It's tricky things that we only do when we're ready. And hey, we're not ready for that. Make it quick, phone calls? Should we be doing that? I think we should be doing that. All right. From time to time, I like to call out and see who is listening out there. So I'm going to phone some folks here. Now, of course, the people that I phone are people who entered this week's contest. That's why I have their phone number. And if this is your phone ringing, pick it up and say, make it quick, I'm watching Switchback. And we'll send you a record album. This particular call is going to Minton, Saskatchewan.
Make it quick, I'm watching Switchback.
All right. Our winner, is this Becky Hoffert? Is this Becky?
Oh, this is Jody.
Jody, well, how about that? Becky entered the contest and Jody answered the phone. Well, congratulations. You're obviously watching the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do you enter the contest yourself, Jody?
Well, I helped Beck.
Pardon me?
I helped Beck.
Oh, you helped Becky. Okay, well, because both of you work so hard on it, we'll send out a prize and you guys can share it, okay?
Okay.
That's because you work together and, well, we're cheap.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. I mean, thanks for answering. Have a great day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. All right. We're 1 for 1. Let's make another call here. This is another long-distance call. And if this is your phone ringing, pick it up and say, make it quick, I'm watching Switchback. Long-distance call. I know where this is, but I don't know where it is in the province. Spring Valley is the name of the town. We'll see who picks up the phone. There's the first ring. Ooh, I like it when it rings it.
Make it quick, I'm watching Switchback.
Pretty good, pretty good. 2 for 2. Is this Greg Scheller?
Yeah.
Greg, well, congratulations. Have you been watching the show all morning?
Yeah.
And how did you know I was going to call you?
Pardon?
How did you know I was going to call you?
Well, you said Spring Valley and I heard my phone ring.
Yeah, I probably gave you a bit of a hint there. But you came through once again, and we'll be sending off a prize to you right away this week, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks very much.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye. Okay, that's all the time we have for those calls. I'm going to get out the phone book here and get ready to do some more calling and some more sort of personal business when we come back in 2 minutes.
Regina will host a week of some of the best skating in the world during Skate Canada 86, October 31st to November 2nd at the Agrodome. Ticket packages are on sale now for this world-class competition. Packages for the entire week of Skate Canada 86 are $60 for the lower-level seats, $45 for the upper-level seats. Send check or money order to Skate Canada 86, Box 6097, Regina. Skate Canada 86, October 31st to November 2nd.
This is Cherimosh, a world-famous, dedicated, energetic dance troupe. Cherimosh will definitely entertain your whole family. Their finely tuned performance is a delightful blend of traditional and modern Ukrainian dance, mime, and ballet. From the humorous, to the lyrical, to the spectacular, Cherimosh present an enchanting performance that is exciting and memorable. This is Cherimosh. Appearing Saturday, October 4th at the Saskatchewan Centre of the Arts. Tickets at the Centre box offices on Lakeshore Drive and Cornwall Centre.
Kanto sounds great. Just look at these Danish-made teak stereo cabinets. This one, only $129. And here we have one for $79, and $109, $139, and $179. This video cabinet is only $169. Or how about a music wall system with lots and lots of room for both TV and stereo, plus much, much more. All this for only $449. Kanto Scandinavian Furniture at next to wholesale prices. 332 McDonald Street.
Can you taste it? Something's coming, marching to a different drum.
No, the Coca-Cola company is most upset about this commercial, as am I. Why, a man in a Diet Coke t-shirt tried a Diet Pepsi. Now, I'm a Diet Coke drinker, and as fair-minded as the next chap, but he looked as if he was enjoying the Diet Pepsi. A Diet Coke drinker enjoying the taste of a Diet Pepsi? Preposterous.
Taste of our love.
I know great cola when I taste it.
Welcome back, Saskatchewan. Ah, yes. They are still enthusiastic here. Lots of action this morning in the studio, and hopefully some action on the end of the phone. I'm going to do something now that's a little bit dangerous, never done it before, but I looked in the Regina phone directory, and I located a particular individual with the name Well, kind of similar to mine. And I'm going to make a phone call here, see what kind of trouble we can get into. This is going to be hopefully kind of interesting. I'm phoning a guy in the phone book whose name is Bill Wright. See if he's home.
Hello?
Hello, is Bill there?
Which bill are you looking for?
The bill that's on Switchback.
Wrong guy.
Well, as predicted, they hung up. You know, I kind of had this feeling that maybe the Bill Wright in the phone book gets called a lot of times to find out if he's the guy on Switchback. Well, I guess that's not the guy on Switchback. I guess that's me, but we tried something. Always on the cutting edge here at Switchback. All right, we're going to check out Get Smart now. This is part 2 of the episode, Our Man in Toyland. Let's check it out. Max and 99 are like silly people. Okay, I'm going to try one more time to phone my good friend by the name of Bill Wright. Let me explain this to you people. I thought it would be interesting to phone a person with the same name as me and see if he gets a lot of calls from people. Hopefully he won't hang up on me this time. Hello? I don't think they want to talk to me. We're really sorry out there to the other person whose name is Bill Wright. I just thought it would be interesting to talk to you and see what it's like to have the same name as the person who always gets phoned at home. So all I can say is sorry about that. Time to move on now to a fella. His name is Mark Bertrand. Now, Mark comes to us from Manitoba. He's on his way through on a bit of a tour, and he's a mime. Now, mime people are very talented, very interesting, and as they perform, of course, they make no sound at all. So the interesting thing is you have to watch this person, and they have to, through their body motion and facial expression, conjure up all these images so that you can understand what they're doing, even though they don't make a sound. It's a skill that I guess takes hours and hours to practice, and and you can't even hear them. Get over there. This is live TV. Get ready to go. Okay, it is my pleasure right now to introduce Mark Bertrand, who will do 2 little scenarios for us. The first one's called The Golfer, the second one, The Kite Flyer. All right, thank you very much, Mark. It's a real pleasure. So, first of all, maybe we'll just chat for a minute here about, you're not going to talk to me, are you? Ooh. How long have you been involved with Mime? 4 minutes? 4 days? 4 hours? Quite a while? Okay, it's going to be awkward. Thank you very much for being here. You're looking pale. Stay there. I'll call you when we need you. All right, time to get to our final music video of the morning. This is Mike Rutherford, who was with Genesis in the beginning, if you'll pardon the expression. Anyway, it's called Taken In.
I have a collect call from Mike Rutherford. Will you accept?
There's no one here right now, I'm afraid.
Roy, is that you? It's Mike.
Hello, Mike. You finally made it. How's the house?
Well, we haven't got there yet, but I think we're close by. We had a spot of bother with the van. We'll get a bit of rehearsal tonight, and I guess I'll phone you in the morning.
Okay. Goodbye.
Okay. Schmuck.
I hope the other family have left.
like you and your guys are mismanaged, you know, maybe I could manage you. I used to be in show business, and I was a comedian.
That's an easy way to make a living.
All right, I really like that video. Time to wrap right now, folks. I want to say thanks to Wayne Westner, Bill Takarik, and everybody from the Echo Valley Railroad Guild. Of course, Bob and Mark for helping out. Good job with the clocks, Bob, and thanks, Mark, for all your mime. On next week's show, we've got gerbil racing, strange pets, and taxidermy.
Boiler room.
Okay, and maybe a tour of the boiler room. We'll see
For
that.
sure, we're going to get a
Okay,
tour
next
of the
week on
boiler room.
Switchback. See you later. All right, all right, all right.
This is CBC Television.